What up, guys? Yup, you guessed it. Another Oktoberfest beer coming at you. This one's more of a local kind of thing. It's La Cumbre Brewing Company outside of, I believe it's Albuquerque. I was going to say Santa Fe. Albuquerque. I don't know the distribution on this. I'll try to figure it out and pop it up. If you've ever wondered about distribution, there's a website called secretbrew.com, all one word. And it's excellent for finding out if a beer is available in a particular state, if it's available to purchase or just via tap at a bar. It's probably my favorite website to check out to find out if I can actually pick up something. But they are starting to release more of the micros right now. Well, I just went to the store today, and there's a few more that wasn't there a week ago. And I'm looking forward to that. There's a couple other German ones that wasn't there yet, so I'll be getting to those shortly. And now I'm assuming, even if this is available in your area, it might not be there yet. I found most of the kind of smaller micros outside of like Sierra Nevada, that kind of stuff. Most of the smaller ones that are available currently are more local, like for me, Arizona, New Mexico kind of thing. So I have never had a beer from this company before, and I'm just realizing that there's like a little New Mexico kind of part of the flag right there. You got the German thing, whatever. This is also the first can we've done for the Oktoberfest reviews. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's also one of those cans that just has like the sticker stuck on it. That's like the thing nowadays. I guess it saves micros money to do it like that. And I realized I'm all out of clean glasses, so I had to break into my travel mugs or pints that I normally don't use. That is a perfect 16-ounce glass. I'm going to throw a shout out to to Cholo's Tap Room in Cusco, Peru. If you're ever in Cusco visiting Machu Picchu, check it out. It's in a very weird location, but I actually cover it in my visiting Cusco video that I got on this channel, so check it out. But anyways, let's go like that, and you know what? Let's just get into the review and get into the smell. Alright, it smells pretty legit. It's got almost kind of your Vienna lager kind of aroma to it. It smells almost like one of the Vienna lagers you'll get that's made in Mexico. Trying to think if that's like a Victoria or something kind of along those lines. So it's got that kind of aroma to it where it almost smells lighter. I can't tell you off the top of my head what the alcohol content is, because it's not listed on the can. I'll try to pop that up into the information. I don't know what the laws are for New Mexico. At one point in Michigan, I don't know if it changed, but in the state of Michigan, a micro beer made in that state was not allowed to put the alcohol content on the can because it's silly. The state government thought that people are only going to buy the beer because it's a higher alcohol content, so better not put it on. Now I feel like they've kind of gone back on that since the micro beer stuff has gotten more popular. But at the time, if you were in Michigan and you're buying a beer made in Michigan, it would not have the alcohol content, which was really damn annoying. Like, you had to go online, and back 15 years ago, finding that kind of information was also a pain in the ass. So I don't know if that's just they just didn't put it on here because of that, or I don't know. So I can't tell you what the alcohol content is to kind of compare it to that Vienna style lager. But I like the aroma. It has a very it smells like it's going to be smoother. There's a very subtle sweetness. I'm also getting almost like a little salty too. But I think the best way I can describe it is if just picture a Mexican Vienna style lager, Mexican beer, and I think you'll have a general idea of it. That's what it's smelling like. I'm just drawing a blank on any kind of. Like, it's not extremely, like, it's not very pungent. There's enough notes there for you to be like, okay, I can get something out of this. You know, some of them I've had so far is just nothing. Yeah, I mean, you're like breathing like bubbles through the beer. But it does have kind of that raisiny, pruny sweetness to it. I'm interested to see what kind of like barley thing we got going on. I don't know how if it's going to be kind of like kind of rough with that. I have no idea, but it smells pretty good. I'm very interested to try it to see which direction we go with it. So I am going to recommend it on smell, and now let's get into the taste. All right, that is very smooth. Okay. I don't like. This is only going to make sense if you've had these beers before. It almost tastes like the Vienna Mexican lager kind of thing mixed with a Dead Guy ale from Rogue. It feels like those two like had a love child, and out came Oktoberfest lager from La Cumbre. I hope I'm saying that right, but very drinkable. I like it. It's not. Some of these have had there's a bit of like that that barleyness right in the tip of your tongue, and just kind of lingers, and that becomes the overwhelming taste. That's not really what I'm getting this. You do get some of it. It's not overpowering. I like it. It's one of the smoother ones I've had, especially one of the smoother ones I've had in the States. I thought I saw an ABV that I'd missed, but no. It's just a like a semicolon. Yes, the more I'm having it, the more I'm getting kind of that brown ale. You got just ever so slightly smokiness. It's not bitter at all. I would actually guess the bitterness is probably on the lower end of the Oktoberfest beers I've had so far. Again, I'll have to see if I can dig that up. I'll have to see if the website has that listed. I almost wish there's a little more carbonation to it. I feel like that as I'm getting into it, it almost doesn't go stale, but it almost feels like, like if you leave tap water out in the room for a little too long, it just has that kind of like flat taste to it a little bit. It's kind of getting there. It's kind of just like, it's very kind of flat almost. And I wish there's a little bit more kind of keeping it alive, But this is good. I think get like a pizza or just any kind of fat like food. You're sitting down for all the college games that are back on. Thank God. I think this would be a great beer to go with the food, just watching the game. I feel like this is going to be another one of those where you might have one or two, and it's like, okay, I need to switch it up, just because it has that almost flatness to it. Like I left the Pepsi out for too long, and now as the carbonation's gone. Oh, I think of it as Fuller from Home Alone. You know, Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi. It has very kind of. Yeah, I wish there's a little bit more carbonation. I wonder what it tastes like pouring it from a tap. I feel like that would kind of fix that. But I am going to recommend it on taste. I think it is very drinkable. I think it tastes very well done. I did not know what I was going to get into with this. But so far, I'm relatively surprised. So I'm going to have to give La Cumbre probably a few more tries for different beers. So, yeah, I will recommend it on taste. The next category is value for price, and this is where we get a little... because so far, every single beer up to this point I've recommended for value for price. Every beer I've gotten has ranged from about $1.75 to $2.25, right in that range. You know, usually the $1.75 ones have been the like Leinenkugel and Sam Adams, and then you get to the $2.25, and those are mostly German imports. And I haven't had too many like smaller micro beers. I have had the Sierra Nevada and Brooklyn. I think those are about $2. So whatever. So this as being my first real micro, or kind of more regional, I'm gonna have to wait and see to compare it to other ones. But this is by far the most expensive one I've had. It's 16 ounces, but it was $3.75, which is like twice the price of pretty much any other beer I've had, and that includes a lot of the German imports. You know, the other German imports I've had are like Spaten and Paulaner, which are widely available, and they're distributed through, you know, like Heineken and I believe InBev does Spaten. So they have a distribution network that helps keeps the price down. But paying twice as much for a beer that's made one state over, that kind of like, I don't know, man. Like the fact that I could get 2 Paulaners for the price of this, like which way? If you're going to like an Oktoberfest celebration, what are you going to go with? And I feel like, okay, so I'm getting 16 ounces for this, but on the other hand, I could get 24 ounces of authentic German Oktoberfest, and it'd be the same price. So this is, the most expensive one, like, and it's not even close. I bought 6 new ones today, and there was one other one that's over $3. I'll get into that a little later for that review, but for that particular brand, you would expect to spend a little more than the other beers. So, realistically, for value for price, I just can't recommend this. It's just so much more expensive than everything else I've had before. That might come back around when I do like my top 5 or 10 or whatever to close out the Oktoberfest beers. Maybe after I've had more of the kind of regional micro beers, that'll change, and I'll be like, okay, that's more kind of along the lines of everything else. But for right now, nothing else has come close for this price. And I don't see them doing anything like crazy, different, special that would warrant the price to be that much more. So I'm not going to recommend it for value for price. All right, next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong; it is a good tasting beer. If you want to try it, I mean, if you got the $4, try it out. Absolutely, it tastes good. It is probably if I'm stacking up my favorite tasting American-made just Oktoberfest beers, this is right at the top right now. I'll have to think about it because up to this point, I had the Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest that did with Bitburger. That one was my favorite up to this point. This one, taste-wise, I might almost take this above it. I'm going to have to kind of like go over the last one. But right now, it's really up there. I really like this one. So distinction is like, it's not really that different from a lot of this stuff. Of course, you know, that's I guess the problem with drinking nothing but Oktoberfest beers for like a month. You're getting used to that one particular style, and so there's not a lot of variation. Some of them is a little. The Spaten one is definitely probably the most different that I've had so far. But I feel okay. I'll recommend it simply for the fact that I think it's done very well. I think it's good. It is by far one of my favorite American-made ones. And okay, here's low key. New Mexico has some fantastic micro beers. It is some really good ones that I've had. There's like, I live in Arizona right now. Arizona is a larger state. They have many more micro beers, but I would take the breweries in New Mexico any day of the week over the ones that I have in Arizona. The Santa Fe Brewing Company might make legit my favorite coffee stout. Their coffee stout is phenomenal. And they have others that are just, it's great. And I'm going to have to try more from this one because this is really well done as well. So don't sleep on New Mexico for their beer. It's just like kind of out of nowhere, out of left field that you wouldn't expect it. But most of the beers I've had out of New Mexico have been fantastic. So, but yeah, I'll recommend it on Distinction because I think it is pretty well done. All right, next category is drinkability, and yeah, I think it drinks very well. I like it. I do wish there was a bit more carbonation into it, but what are you gonna do with that? It just in terms of what it is, you can easily drink it. It's not heavy. It pours nice. It's not too thick. It's everything about it. I think is makes it very easy to drink, especially if you're doing it with like food or something like that. And it's Oktoberfest. You're supposed to be doing it with food. I'm doing this totally wrong. I should have a giant thing of sausages and just ham and whatever, dipping it in crazy mustards and whatever else I'm supposed to be doing. I should be doing that, but I'm not. So I apologize. But this with food would be fantastic, so I will recommend it for drinkability. And all right, last category is would I buy it again? And this is where the price comes back in. This is where the price I feel like is going to hurt it because it's a damn good tasting beer. It's done well, but the price. We're going almost $4 on a 16-ouncer where I can get 2 Pauliners. Like an official Oktoberfest beer for the same price, if not less. Like, that's the thing that's going to get me. So it's, if I'm at a bar and I see it and I don't have some of the other German options that I've had so far, I might go for it. It also might depend on what the price difference is going to be at the bar. It might be real different. It might be similar to what some of the other micros are. But, so I'll give it a half for that because I might. But if I'm paying double what I'm going to be paying for other beers, I'm just going to go with the other beers if the price is comparable. Because, it's still the same style as most others, and it's not like out of this world crazy different, like mind-blowingly better than everything else, to the point where you'd want to pay just double. I don't know if this, I'm going to guess as it's a 16-ouncer, it probably comes in the 4-pack. So you might be paying $14-15 for the 4-pack. I don't know how they break it down, but that's a lot. That is a lot to get to pay like $15-14 or something like that for a 4-pack when you could get. You could get probably over 2 Sam Adams, which is it's fine. It's not like fantastic, but it's fine. You get 2 6-packs for that price. And so, yeah, I'll give it a half. I might. We'll see. I'm going to have to wait and see. But, all right, that is my review of La Cumbre Brewing Company. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. I haven't gotten a beer from you guys before. I didn't look up how to read it, how to say it ahead of time. So if I'm butchering it, I apologize. The fact that I'm switching from Spanish to German on the exact same, Spanish to English to German on the exact same label is messing with my head. But Yeah, so that's the review. If you guys have had it before, let me know in the comments. And I'll try to remember to include a link to Seek a Brew, or you can remember it, seekabrew.com to find out if this is available in your area. And so, yeah, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. If you've been around, you can see that I've been doing this Oktoberfest pretty much every day of the work week, and we're going to keep on until we hit the end or run out of beers. So we shall see. But so for myself and for Cumbre Brewing Company's Oktoberfest Lager, take it easy.